What up? What up? Sipping my coffee, man. I'm still on the road, chat. I'm still on the road. I'm still like, you know what I'm saying? I'm still on my little adventure. But I've been trying to, whenever I get an opportunity to bring some content to you guys, I'm trying to bring some content. So it is what it is. I'll be back at my lab, but I have to go, you know what I'm saying? I have to go do my thing. I'll be back in the lab soon. Probably next week. I'm thinking next week, maybe next week. I do a few live streams, few guest appearances. How y'all feeling today? We at all-time highs, baby. You know what I'm saying? Let's talk about what's going on actually in the market. I was trying to wait. I'm gonna wait for a few more people to get in here. I'm gonna go ahead and share the live stream on X. Share it on all of your platforms, man. Let's push this stream out here. Actually, let's get this shared. 1 second. I'm gonna share it on my X page, guys. Make sure you go follow me on X. Altcoin Millie. But it's amazing. It's amazing, right? That we're not really getting any type of hype around what's actually going on in crypto. And I actually want to point out something that I told you guys maybe a month ago. Yeah, if you're in the Discord, you already know what I'm talking about. No, that's not what I was trying to do. I'm trying to look for my. You already know what I'm talking about, man. So things are happening. Things are happening, but I seen somebody comment on my video yesterday. They was like, Millie, we ain't got no money to buy crypto. So I don't know if that's how y'all feeling. Tell me, let me know if that's how y'all feeling. I had to. All right, I'm back. I'm sharing it now. I had to make sure everything was shared, man. Make sure y'all comment, man. Make sure you comment. All of my OGs, let me know that you are here. We about to get into the charts. We about to talk because there's some crazy shit going on in crypto right now. Crazy shit going on in crypto. Man, there's some crazy shit going on in crypto. And it's always, guys, it's always when we get to all-time highs and we start doing good and we get some momentum, it's always something that tries to throw us off and really like stop our momentum. So you can already see we're down on the hour and you're probably wondering what happened. And you can kind of see clearly that Sui is being hacked right now. So pull it up for you guys so y'all can see for yourself because this is absolutely crazy, man. You know what I'm saying? This is crazy work right here. This is crazy work. So apparently, Sui's Dex got hacked, which was Cetus, and now all of the meme coins on Sui are getting crushed. Crushed. Now this is unfortunate. Like I haven't really been doing anything with Sui's ecosystem in a while because when we corrected, I kind of consolidated my portfolio and I wanted to focus personally on ecosystems that I have heavy conviction in, right? And don't get me wrong, anything can happen on any ecosystem. In fact, one of the ecosystems that I'm part of had a network outage, right? Which is Tau. So Tau had a network outage. But the difference between Tau and Sui is that the community ain't even tripping. The community just holding their bags, right? So I don't know what the fuck going on. So how we start pumping, we get to 110, and now every protocol and every ecosystem is starting to fail. That shit don't even make sense, bro. That's what I'll be saying about like crypto is weird. Weird, it's just weird, bro. Now, don't get me wrong, like it's been life changing for me, but it's just what's the saying that they used to say? It's not for everybody, right? You know what I mean? It's not for the faint heart, right? It's not for the faint heart. So you can see what's going on. This is crazy. This is Sui's meme coin ecosystem. Now this probably going any chance they had with competing with Solana is dead. Is dead. Like we can talk our shit about Solana, but this right here is crazy. And I ain't got nothing bad to say about what's going on because I truly don't understand the ins and out, right? But $11 million worth of SUI just been drained, and now most of the tokens are down 75% because most of them were, you know, were being sold from that that deck swap see this. So this is just unfortunate for anybody that was bullish on Sui. And I'm not saying Sui is dying or is dead, because we know these projects can bounce back, but this is crazy, man, because we already pumping at all-time highs, man. We pumping at all-time highs. And any shot of retail coming back into crypto, they just throw a crazy curveball. So hopefully, salute to the Sui devs, man. Hopefully they figure that shit out, man, because that Sui's a big project. And a lot of big people talked about it. Right? A lot of big people talked about it, right? And I dipped and dangled in that ecosystem myself. So in fact, now that I thought about it, I have some Sui staked on Navi protocol. So now it's probably worth nothing. Now it's probably worth nothing because I have some Sui that I'm lending out on. And if you ever been in Sui ecosystem, you know exactly what I'm talking about. But I'm lending out some Sui on Navi protocol. So yeah, this just is unfortunate, man. This is just unfortunate because we already ain't really seeing no sentiment. Like Bitcoin is pumping, but you know, retail ain't there, right? I'm gonna tell you why retail ain't there, right? Retail was about to come back, right? I started to see like marketing deals and stuff coming back, but when I seen Aiden Ross, who was pro crypto, he really did a 180. He now talking about like crypto. Every time he talk about crypto, he talk about how much money he lost, how it's a scam, how he don't fuck with the crypto guys, the crypto dudes, orangey, and like that's like retail, right? So you don't want to like rub content creators that have massive platforms like that the wrong way. But there's a lot of content creators that's billionaires that's in crypto, like Mr. Beast. Mr. Beast been in crypto silently for like 2-3 years. Nobody don't even know. Like he be getting deals, marketing deals, all type of shit. Like nobody don't even know. Like Mr. Beast is really, really in crypto. This mushroom coffee is hitting. Hey man, y'all better wake the fuck up, man. What's going on? I hope I wasn't too loud. Whoo! Bitcoin at 110. All right, so let's get some in the chat. Let's get some in the comments with y'all. Let's see what y'all talking about. Crypto Princess, I got to get on next week. I'm gonna get on the stream. I'm gonna get on the stream next week. Pi DC podcast, bros. Y'all want to do a podcast? Millie, you in Vegas next week? Oh man. Shh. Jasmine. What up, Dino? Retail is broke, bro. I kind of feel for the person who commented he didn't have money to buy crypto right now. He had 3 years to buy his bags. I hope he doesn't become someone's exit liquidity. Yeah, I think a lot of people had money to buy crypto, but they just sold crypto too early, or time capitulation caught up. Like that's normal, right? Yeah, I don't. It's life, right? Like it's life. It's life. Like everybody is not well off, right? And I know, it's a lot of people. You see these guys on crypto Twitter traveling to Dubai and shit. Everybody life ain't like that. And a lot of those crypto Twitter guys and all that shit you see on crypto is a facade. Like a lot of it, it's not fucking real, right? But it's all good. And people got regular life, right? They can't sit and look at the trenches 16 hours a day, because I know they can't do it, because I be sitting there at the computer and I got attention deficit disorder. I'm sitting at the computer like, bro, shit, bro, I gotta go touch some grass or something. But and people got salaries, they got real jobs, they got kids. They can't sit here and micromanage their portfolio. So it's not, in some cases, it's just time in the market, right? I said this on my Twitter post. If you stick around the market, eventually you'll be rewarded. Like if I'm just hanging around my computer, at some point, if I got my Twitter scanners up, if I got my X, wallet tracker popping and shit like that, at some point you will run across a play. For example, I'm going to show you guys an example. Oh my goodness, Lofi. A lot of people talked about Lofi. For example, I think Orangey just posted something. Like this guy, right? He posted, "Good morning. Would highly advise all of you to lock in both on my next post in the trenches. About to announce something new." So this is just an example, right? But if you just clocked into your work and you gotta fucking do your job, you gotta get your job started. You don't got time to catch no shit like this. So this is why it's important to make sure that you buy into strength. If you know that you are a true normie, you're not a degenerate, you're not in the trenches, you need to start putting together and again, it's not financial advice, but this is what I do. I put together a watch list, right? When I'm talking about my spot bags, because I don't want to talk at you guys. I want to talk with you guys. Like I'm with you, right? I go to war with with the squad. You feel me? But have your watch list prepared and have a understanding of what you truly believe and have conviction on when okay, so when talking about the future of crypto, it's kind of obvious the narratives that's going to do the best, which is AI tokens, meme coins, and maybe something like RWA, right? And again, I shared these metrics. I shared these metrics right here in the Patreon. So if you're part of the Patreon, I shared a 5-month metric analyzing the dominance of AI tokens and meme coins in the crypto landscape. So I already shared this, so I'll pretty much tell you guys what's going on here. But understanding mind share, understanding social sentiment, engagement, that could give you an edge on the narratives that could be most profitable, most rewarding within the altcoin space. I mean, AI is clear as day, right? AI is fucking clear as day, right? When you think about everybody's utilizing AI on a day-to-day basis, right? But let's also talk about how AI will evolve through the blockchain. For example, I told you this maybe a month ago. I said, guys, retail adoption isn't here yet. We haven't seen NBA teams creating blockchains, NFL teams creating blockchains, and every player or every team being tokenized, their jerseys being tokenized. We're seeing like X, basically the entire X is tokenized, right? And soon, so will Twitch and so will these other platforms, because that's the world that we're heading in. For example, Twitch, Kick, streamers, whatever, instead of streaming for fans and to accumulate fans, it's going in the future is going to be which streamer has the biggest market cap, which streamer has the most value based on market cap. It won't be based on fans, it's going to be based on market cap. So I already see where content creation is going, because content creation is going to move from how many fans you got. It's going to be like, okay, you're a content creator and you really a big content creator. What's your content creator market cap? You get what I'm saying? That's where we're headed as far as content creation and tokenization. Now, I told you guys this a month ago. I said, look, we haven't seen teams, owners, really the elite start building blockchains and tokenizing the things that they look at as most valuable. We're seeing BlackRock kind of dip their toes in it and do some things with Ondo, but it's not prevalent to where it's everywhere. Well, sad to break it to you, and kind of like what Crypto Princess was just saying, if you don't have any skin in the game and you're waiting until massive adoption happens, then you're most likely going to be too late. Now, I shared this with y'all guys, I think maybe a month ago. Avalanche has just partnered with FIFA to create its own fucking blockchain. So the first person that ever mentioned that shit, you already know. If you watching content, the first person that ever mentioned that said, hey, this could possibly be happening in soon. And if you start seeing this shit happening, you need to start getting together on how you view your portfolio. Now, we got FIFA now building a blockchain partnering with Avalanche. I can't make this up. So as CZ said, yeah, buying crypto is risky, but not holding crypto is even riskier, because you may miss out on a generational wealth transfer. You may miss out on a generational wealth transfer. Now, once you get rich in crypto, then you go buy solid things. You go get you some gold. You go get you some land, right? You don't have to like be full time all the way fucking crypto. Like crypto is my life, right? Right? You use it as a stepping stone to get what you truly working to get. Right? That's what a lot of these guys are doing in the market anyway. So Avalanche just partnered with FIFA to start the creation of a soccer/football blockchain. And we already know like soccer/football, they've been getting into crypto a lot when you look at what happened with Chili's a few years ago and a lot of these teams being tokenized already. But this is huge. This is huge here. And this is one step in the direction of tokenization and adoption of tokenization. So I hope Sui bounces back, man. But again, if you're bullish on Sui, this could be a massive opportunity right here to long or short, depending on how you view Sui, right? If you feel like, oh man, Sui gonna bounce back, you know, I'm not even tripping. Sui gonna bounce back. It could be a little dip right here. If you feel like Sui gonna continue to get crushed, could be a good short from here. His shit is already sitting at a $13 billion market cap, so we know that if it's really truly hacked and something's really going on, this could still fall a long freaking way, a long freaking way. Be safe out there, guys. Be safe. Let's get into some of these comments. We got 28 people in here. Appreciate y'all, man. Make sure you like and subscribe, guys. I am traveling, but I will be back soon. I had to get my mind right, bro. I had to get my mind right. All right, let's see what we got here. R.I.P. Sui. What up? Wise minds. Well, I just talked about that blockchain, baby. We seeing teams already start to do it. Y'all see that Knicks game last night? That was crazy. All right, Aiden Ross got finessed so well. Andrew Tate, racist affiliate. I'll tell you the whole truth and expose Aiden. He can leave crypto alone or he can hang with the Jeets. Yeah, those guys, man, those guys got their bags off Aiden, right? They got their bags off Aiden. They got their bags off Aiden, right? You know what I mean? And then they fadangled him. They fadangled him. So, but it's like, guys, like, we got to stop being so toxic in crypto. Right? We got to stop being so toxic in crypto. This was him talking about it right here, guys. I'll play it for you guys if you don't know. But yeah, we got to stop being so toxic in crypto.
Orangey and all that. I was Orangey's DoorDash driver.
Huh.
Like a year ago.
Hey, if I ever see those fucking crypto kids, bro, they're getting curb stomped. I don't even give a fuck.
DoorDash driver, bro.
Yeah, he needs to go back to doing DoorDash. Oh, my bad, you were.
No, I was, yeah.
Oh yeah, my fault.
Because I was early on that. Because when y'all got like Orangey and all that, I was Orangey's DoorDash driver.
Huh.
Like a year.
So you can already see that some people are being rubbed the wrong way by the trenches. Rubbed the wrong way by the trenches. But that's neither here nor there, right? Let's get into some more of these comments. Finance. A lot of retailers broke. Yeah, man, I'm seeing that across the board, man. And you know what I mean? Like I said, I don't think it's an interest thing. I think if people had money to buy crypto, they would buy crypto. But right now it's just being bought up by institutions and the elites, man. They're really getting their bags up, right? But it's the same thing every time, right? You know, the rich get richer. Really blessed. Appreciate you, John. FIFA partnered with AVAX, baby. Really rock back over. Yeah, man, I'm back, Mega J, man. How you doing out there, bro? Read my mind wild. What you I'm just saying, guys. All right, so moving on along. What are we paying attention to? Millie, is this market going to be sustainable? Because I know that's the question. First and foremost, the first thing I want to take a look at here is the VIX, right? Because this is major, right? And this is major for all risk on assets, right? So at the end of the day, we are seeing a nice little bounce back from the VIX here. I actually got the first 5 months of the year here highlighted, right? And it was a bit of, excuse my language. I don't know where that came from. It was a bit of a divergence at first, but now everything is back on a downtrend. You can see the downtrend here when we got that sell signal here on the VIX, right? This was an optimal time to buy into your risk on assets. Now you can see a clear downtrend on the VIX, looking to correct. So what you should be paying attention to, right, is if the VIX gets rejected somewhere around 25. So if the VIX gets rejected somewhere around 25 and puts in a lower high, right, this is a good chance that we could see some motion and some sustainability from altcoins, right? The outlier here is you want this overbought stock RSI to kind of hang around in the overbought area for a few weeks, right? We know that these altcoin rallies only last about 30 days in today's market. This is not the same market that it was in 2020 and 2017, right? So in my opinion, and this is just my market thesis based on my module, current market conditions are bullish for risk on assets like Bitcoin. The declining VIX suggests increasing market confidence, while Bitcoin shows technical indicators with the price. So, it's just amazing that Bitcoin is doing so well, hanging around all-time highs, yet we're not seeing any type of motion from altcoins, and specifically the hype or sentiment around altcoins, right? Key observations here. Historically, there's an inverse relation between Bitcoin and VIX. If you don't know what the VIX is, the volatility index, go do your research. As the VIX declines, indicating lower expected market volatility, Bitcoin and other risks tend to perform well. The key observations here is that BTC is in a strong uptrend, right? We can pretty much confirm that Bitcoin here is in a strong uptrend. Let's bring up the chart here, guys. 1 second. And I want to go into some other key metrics that I like to look into. When making those decisions, whether I want to DCA, if I want to take some things off the table, because crypto is not always about buying, right? It's crazy. We're at 110, guys. We're about to hit our price discovery zone. Would love to see us break 110 and head into, the area of 120 and 130. And then we could possibly see that liquidity rotation into ETH. So just confirming the clear uptrend here with BTC. And this is just the daily. The weekly. My model was based off the daily. I wanted to make sure that this volume and stuff was coming in was, coinciding with the price action. You can see here the stock RSI is in an uptrend, and the price action on the daily is also in an uptrend. All right, so Bitcoin is looking nice, and we'll get into altcoins next. But the key observation here is Bitcoin is trading above the 50-day and the 200-day, which is sitting around 94. Moving averages with healthy volume and higher lows pattern. So, BTC is actually looking pretty good. Recent 40 billion in ETF inflows demonstrate strong institutional interest, reinforcing the bullish narrative for Bitcoin, which is kind of unfortunate because it seems like retail is truly about to be priced out of Bitcoin. Ain't nobody got a fucking $110,000 sitting around ready to just blast into a Bitcoin, right? Regular retail, normies, not us rich crypto folks. I know y'all got the bag. I know y'all in Dubai and y'all fucking popping bottles. I get it, but regular normies, regular retailers, they don't just got $110,000 sitting around. So this is bullish for altcoins because when retail sees the influx of liquidity coming into crypto, they're going to ask, like, damn, how can I make money in cryptocurrency? And that's when we'll start to see that liquidity rotation into our favorite altcoins. Look like Sui is bouncing back strong. So this is when you'll see that liquidity rotation into our favorite altcoins, right? Key levels to watch here is we want to see the VIC get rejected at 25 and really hang around the 2022 level. I would like to see it hang around 19 to 15, right? Because I know that's when it's really, really juicy for the altcoins. Bitcoin support now stands about 102. So previous resistance now acting as support. Any pullbacks to this level may represent buying opportunities if the support holds. What we want is we want Bitcoin to build support at all-time highs. So we need to flip 108 and 110 or wherever you want to consider the all-time high into support. We need to turn that resistance into support. When Bitcoin prints a confirmation candle above the all-time high, it's officially in price discovery. Now we're talking about being weeks away from a vicious altcoin rally. Guys, the point is this is not the time to be bearish. This is not the time to be bearish. This is the time really to lock the fuck in because we could get a major correction in the end of June or July. And we'll actually get into that and why I feel like that thesis could be valid, right? Taking a look at the TVL, you can see that the TVL here is also rising. So this is bullish, guys. We got the TVL rising, but we don't want to see the TVL get stopped out here and put in a lower high, right? We want to see that TVL continue to break to the upside. And it's a good chance that it happens because you're starting to see the stable coin market cap here also. So, some of the key things you want to look at as far as the metrics and the analytics of crypto to see if we are in a healthy market. Let's check off the things that I'm looking at, right? This is the things that I'm looking at. So we check here. We got TVL rising, ETF inflows, right? We also got ETF inflows here, right? You can see that the ETF inflows are rising, putting in higher highs. The stable coin market cap is also fucking rising. The DEX volume is also rising. On-chain volume is also rising. So we are in an environment that's truly bullish. The one thing that we're missing is just social sentiment from retail. Social sentiment from retail. And also you can see here, we can throw another check. The RWA TVL is also rising. So we got 4 out of 4. We got RWA TVL rising. We got DEX on-chain volume rising. We got TVL rising. And we also got ETFs inflow coming in with stablecoin market cap rising, which means they're printing more. They're printing fucking free money, just like with the Fed. They printed, right? Right? You know, crypto is always doing QE. Crypto is always doing QE. What nobody never talks about that. We always talk about Fed and bro. Crypto is always doing QE. The stablecoin market cap is they always printing new stablecoins. They're always printing new freaking stablecoins, guys. New stablecoins. So that right there is pretty much what's going on. I know y'all couldn't see me like writing and doing the check marks because the platform I'm on doesn't allow me to share multiple windows like that. But you get the gist. You get the gist. So in my opinion, the market is healthy. I think the market is healthy, right? I think the market is healthy. I think the market is healthy. All right, so let me get into some more comments here, and then we'll get to the next section on why I believe that this market is sustainable. Before I get into that, though, I also want to point out these FOMC meetings that we do have on the way. So now June looks like it's a dub. June looks like it's a dub, right? Everybody, we were always under the impression that we could get a cut by June. Not happening, right? So let some major shit go down and something break, a bank goes to zero. Not happening. July is looking a little suspect. We all thought that July don't look like. Powell said no. Heisman, give you the Heisman. Powell like nah, we with the market too strong. So now we're looking at September, October, and December. And this is the last chance for the Fed to prove that their word is gold. Because now it is a 69% chance of ease in September. But who knows, right? Will these metrics and numbers start to decrease as we get closer to September? Maybe, maybe not, right? If we get 2 pauses here, it's a good chance. I mean, come on, the Fed gotta cut these last 3 months, right? So these pauses in June and July could be bearish, short term, and it's going to award beautiful opportunity because once we crash in maybe June or July, once the market prices in that we ain't getting no Fed cuts in them 2 months, now the market has to price in the latter, which means the market may start to price in the 3 Fed cuts that we will get. If they keep their word and do 3. But, I mean, why wouldn't they? Because the theme here, as I've been going across my channel and looking at some of the comments is like, Millie, we want to buy crypto. We just ain't got it right now. So I think things in the U.S. specifically, the states, are a bit restrictive. But when I ride around in my car, I see a lot of places still hiring. Like they are still hiring. Like everybody's still hiring. And I don't think it's like a job issue. I think people just lazy. And in 2021 made people so lazy, they ain't even really trying to go back to work. So then that's another pickle. That's a whole nother conversation, to be honest. All right, so we're going to get into some of these altcoins as well. Tweet this. I can tweet it straight from the FedWatch tool now. Look at them. They getting a little bit, they added some advancements to their technology, chat. All right, so that's what we're looking for. Of course, we'll continue to monitor the total 3 here. But again, I told you guys, like my thing with the total 3 is that we're already rushing into the overbought area, and we haven't seen, like if we're going to be overbought, I need us to be somewhere up here, right around price discovery. I don't need us to be overbought facing a rejection at this neckline. Like the reason why we're not up here and overbought is because there's no liquidity, there's no retail value, right? A lot of this shit is being built specifically off of institutional and the same wish-wash liquidity between the extractors. Now, we are staring at a possible inverted head and shoulders pattern, which I made this probably like a month ago, and I showed you guys we got a shoulder here, head, and we got a shoulder here, but we still haven't broke out above the neckline, which is sitting here at about 923 billion. So if we can get a confirmation candle above this white line here, it's a good chance that this inverted head and shoulders could validate, and this could push altcoins into price discovery total 3, and we could see some really, really good moves from our favorite altcoins. Really, really good moves from our favorite altcoin. But that's crazy. Like Tau ecosystem down on some Solana shit, and Sui Dex just got hacked. What do we and I want to make it clear, like I still got, you want to know my conviction in Tau? I haven't moved. I got full back. But the community, the community like, oh, well, box not working. We can't sell. We chilling. We going to just accumulate more root. But yeah, my Tau has been accumulating. But the network went down yesterday, right? So this shit happens, bro. Nothing is safe in crypto. The safest thing I think may be Bitcoin. And they even talk about that being at risk to quantum computing, right? All right, so this is actually bullish for Say, though. If Sui continues to, because Say has meme coins as well, and dexes and all that shit that Solana has, just like Sui. It's just not EVM compatible. I mean, one of them is not EVM compatible. I don't know. Don't quote me. It's either Sui or Say, but one of those is not EVM compatible, and I think that's why the people choose Sui. But anyway, and it's a move technology. But that's neither here nor there. The thing is, Sui collapsing could be bullish for Say. So this could be a great rotational moment. And I don't want to say that because people are actually going to like do what you want to do, right? But I'm just how I look at it, because I have done research on both platforms, Sui and Say. All right, so just keep that into perspective. Let's get into some of these comments. All right. Oh, we traveling from work. That's what's up, man. Glad to see it. Where is Tau? Where do I go to invest in subnets, man? Go watch my video, how to buy Tau subnets. It's very, very simple. It's very, very simple. Very, very simple. It's not as hard as people make it seem. People just make things harder in crypto. And I'm like, appreciate that, Wise. ETH is still down 50%. It's crazy work. ETH, let's check out ETH, because yeah, ETH does play a major part. And if we truly have an altcoin season, so you got a point there. Let's go check out ETH together. Where have you? ETH is breaking out, bro. ETH is really breaking out. Shit, I'm confident. I mean, ETH is looking good, right? You got the cup. You setting the handle. If you can get back above the 50-day moving average, which it looks like it wants to reclaim, is looking at support right now. You want to see ETH print a confirmation candle above 2,700. But if ETH can break 27 and hold 28, next stop, in my opinion, is price discovery. So like ETH is telling us like, hey, we want to break out, but we need some liquidity. And why would the liquidity not come in if the M2 just set another all-time high, chat. Another all-time high. So when this M2 starts to correct, right? If it gets rejected here and this is another thing, guys. I know I can't draw on this. I wish I could draw on this, but you want to make sure you want to pay attention to this global M2 and look for the double top here, right? The double top on the global M2, because if the global M2 puts in a double top, when it corrects, Bitcoin is going to go up, because it's a 12-week gap between Bitcoin. So every time people don't know this, right? Contrary to many people fucking beliefs, you see how this chart is going up, but it has this like small corrections here and there. Every time the M2 corrects a little bit, Bitcoin goes up because it's lagging 12 weeks. So what you want to pay attention to is if this global M2 starts to level out here and then start a new trend to the downside, right? Now, yeah, Bitcoin may go up when things starts the downtrend, but eventually what happens? Bitcoin catches up with the global M2. So you can kind of like, it's like foresight, right? You can kind of like jump the gun, like, okay, bam, global M2 is starting to, lose trend, change trend. So now maybe I should start exiting, right? Because now the global M2 is starting to top out here and lose trend. It doesn't mean you got to sell your fucking bag when it tops out, because remember, the first correction of the global M2 usually sends Bitcoin up because it's a 12-week gap. But if the trend, pay attention, the trend is your friend until the end, right? If the trend ends on this global M2, I'm telling you, it might be time to start saying, hey, I'm going to take some shit off the table and I'm going to wait until the global M2 starts a new trend to the upside. So pay attention to if this global M2 starts to get toppy here. If it starts to get toppy, that should be like a red flag to you. I'm telling you now, because I ain't going to be on this shit with you. I'm not going to be on this shit with you. I ain't going to be on the ship with you. I tell you now, Millie ain't going to be on the ship with you. You can go down with the Titanic. Yeah. Yeah. What's up, Carlos? With this being an institution-driven cycle, as it don't see an explosive altcoin season we have in the past, retail is broken. BlackRock isn't buying. Appreciate you, Dino. W comment. Retail is broke. They can barely pay rent now. If we waiting on retail, might be a while. I agree, friendly stranger. So many people that have called me like, Millie, I'm struggling to, my mortgage, or, what I'm saying, I was a little back on this, back on that. I'm a little, what I'm saying, but y'all have a point. Y'all have a point. And that's why I'm not going to be that guy to be like, oh my God, we're about to blast out of here, guys. We're going to the moon. Because I understand the general sentiment in that, you know what I mean? Like I talk to people, right? Regular people outside of cryptocurrency. Sometimes you got to go and do the groundwork. That's what I like to say. You got to go out there and do the groundwork. All right. So the thing here, right, in trying to figure out if this rally, I believe, will be sustainable going into maybe June or July, right? We're getting strong volume on breakouts. The uptrend is clearly higher highs, higher lows, right? You can see the uptrend. You can see our trading volume here, strong and consistent, right? And if you want my market analysis, be sure to join the Patreon, because I'm constantly pushing out market analysis, right? As long as the Bitcoin price stays above the moving averages, technically Bitcoin is in the bull run. That's the 50-day and the 200-day. The RSI continues to be moderate on the daily, and we've had successful retests of support, and Bitcoin has been strong. So it's hard to compare Bitcoin and altcoins. I get it. It's like total different, but Bitcoin is the leader of our market. And if it has a healthy trend, it's at some point, right? At some point, and you're probably asking, well, Millie, how do we know when the liquidity rotation will happen? I thought that you never freaking asked. Here, this is once you understand the metrics of volume and trend analysis, what you want to do is you want to pair that with the Bitcoin dominance here. Now, if the Bitcoin dominance goes here for a lower low, right? A lower high than a lower low. Meaning, if we can get the Bitcoin dominance to break this trend, and you can already see our model printed a sell signal. Also, Bitcoin dominance volume is decreasing. You want to see this weekly volume candle be smaller than this one. But you can see the sell signal here on the Bitcoin dominance. If this Bitcoin dominance starts to go down while Bitcoin continues to have a strong trend and good volume, that means people are now starting to take a look at altcoins. And you can start to see that Bitcoin dominance starting to look a little bit toppy, starting to look a little bit toppy, right? Now, this doesn't mean we're going to go into a fucking full year of altcoin season. Because obviously retail is broke as fuck. We fucking broke, dog. We brokies. But there's money to be made. There's opportunity, right? And like I said, everybody working right now, everybody doubling their shift. We subscribe to Hustle Over Hopium on this channel. My name is Crypto Millie, and every day I talk about crypto when I'm available. I've been kind of like away from the camera, right? Away from the camera. All right, so Bitcoin dominance is once all of those metrics here, once all of these metrics here kind of line up, and you're like, okay, I got a good understanding of what's going on with the Bitcoin price action and the trading value. Let me go check out that Bitcoin dominance. And when you see that dominance capitulate, while Bitcoin is strong, not the dominance capitulate because we going into a fucking bear market and they about to end the world. Nah, because the Bitcoin dominance has to capitulate while Bitcoin is strong in a strong uptrend. Now you'll start to see that liquidity rotation in your favorite altcoins. All right? Breaking it down for you. All right, so let's get to some of these comments and hang around for a little second. I think that's all I got. That's all I got. I think we cooked there. We cooked. We talked about the VIX, Bitcoin dominance, Bitcoin, ETH, Solana, the TVL metrics, the VIX. Yeah, we cooked there. We cooked there. All right. We talked about what's going on with Sui, Tau chain halted. You know, we don't. Hey, we keep it real with no matter what project is. Even if I'm holding the project, I'm always gonna be transparent about it. All right, let's get into some of these comments. See what's cracking with y'all. We 35 people in here. Make sure you guys like and subscribe. It's a journey. It's going up. Why you want to see my face, bro? What's wrong with you? I'm always showing my face. Look at, please. I can't even say it, man. Watch your fucking mouth, dude. Y'all niggas be coming with some weirdo information. Weirdo energy. You gonna try to disrespect me and then ask me to look up something. Man, please. Please. Of ZBN and ACS, holding the strongest for me, at least ZBN. ZBN has been looking good, right? That's my only payment DeFi token that I hold. AI RWA will push harder in the future by the end of Trump's term. We all should have a bag. Agree. Zebec is up. I'll check out Zebec for you guys. 1 second. Let me look into it. Zebec. Zebec. Oh my God. Look at the breakout on Zebec, bro. I gotta get a community some credit here, right? Y'all started talking about Zebec so much down here that y'all just sold me on the idea. I'm like, wow, and then I'm not just saying just from the streams because I'm everywhere. Discord, Telegram, Twitter, and I just was seeing the sentiment around Zebec growing. So then I said, okay, I don't have a payment DeFi token in my portfolio. My options here are XCN, XRP, and ZBCN, right? And when I looked at the market cap, because they all have really, really strong communities, but when I looked at the market cap, I said Zebec has the most potential. And then I looked at what they were doing as far as these Web2 companies integrating their payroll payment DeFi tech, right? You can literally, at the click of a button, pay a freelancer. You don't got to be around them. None of that. You can have a freelancer say, hey, I need you to go do a show in London, right? And you can pay that freelancer at the click of a button using Zebec technology. So that's when I was sold. I'm like, okay, I can see this being used every day. It has a strong community. There's a good chance that this breaks to the upside. And that's what happened. So salute to the Zebec community. Look for a little bit of pullback here now because it is a little bit toppy. Right? It wouldn't be surprised if you get a sell signal here because every time we got up here in this overbought area, we got a sell signal. But the only difference is, well, yeah, it really isn't no different, right? It's looking to get into price discovery, but it's right there, right? It's literally right there at all-time highs, right? Right? Not counting the wicks, you get it, but it's literally right there. And this thing is one of them tokens that has like 2 zeros. So people like these tokens that's under a penny. So now we're talking about a token that's set up similar to like memetics, but it has real utility on it. It's backed by Solana Foundation and things of that sort. And it's under a penny, so it feels like you're buying a meme coin. Love tokens like that, especially when they have utility and use case around them and generate revenue and things of that sort. So salute to the Zebec community. Let's get into some of these comments here. Yeah, Zebec is on. Bro, y'all already know I'm always up on here, bro. Can I get away from the camera for a while and go enjoy life? I said that I said that in the last video. I ain't telling y'all nothing about what I'm doing because I said that in the video. The guy was like, "Oh, Millie, if you ain't here, man, then I'm gonna leave crypto, man." I'm like, bro, I didn't say I left crypto. I'm literally trading crypto daily, but that doesn't mean every day I want to hop on the camera. Like I want to go do stuff too. I want to go enjoy time with my family, guys. I'll be here accessible for you guys all day 24/7, whether it's Telegram, Patreon, YouTube. Like that shit gets tiring and old, and then saying the same thing. You understand, we went to a window where it was no news on these, just saying the same thing over and over and over and over. It just it becomes a little bit, it zaps your energy. I'm gonna just say that. Cinco, what's good, bro? Yeah, man, ZBN is moving, bro. ZBN is moving. Glad to see it. But this is what I'm saying. Y'all went really crazy in the chats with the Zebec. And man, Zebec broke out. So salute to everybody. That was really, y'all made me really feel comfortable about my investment and conviction in Zebec. I ain't gonna lie. I had three choices: XCN, XRP, or Zebec. I said I'm going with Zebec. I'm going with the one that has the most potential. And that was down here before we broke out to the moving averages. So made a little bit of money so far with Zebec. Not mad about it. Glad to be part of the Zebec community with you guys. Should I start doing videos on Zebec? Should I start doing videos? Will y'all support Zebec videos? If y'all will support them. But nah, I don't know, man. For now on, maybe I should get actually paid for talking about the cryptos, right? Bro, somebody must have said something to YouTube about my Jasmine videos because when I do a Jasmine video now I have to click the button. No, when I do a Jasmine video, it won't let me upload the video unless I say whether it's a paid promotion or not. So I'm like, what the, bro? I ain't never been paid for fucking Jasmine. People keep asking me that, bro. And when I do get paid to talk about a project, I say it and it's at the top of the screen. That'd be crazy. I wish Jasmine would throw me a bag. Shit, Zebec, throw me a bag. Let's get this joint gone, bro. Let's get this thing floating. All right. Let's see what we got here. Let's see what we got here. Making a crypto milli video, and yeah, you should always get paid because you're. I appreciate that. Appreciate that. Hey, yo, KG. Don't tell these dudes anything. Yo, time is y'all time. Yeah, man. What it do? Yeah, bro. Oh man, I was chilling. I've been chilling away from the from the screen and just getting my mind right. But I'm still active in crypto. That's why I'm able to give you guys this information. So let's see what's going on with Sui, right? Because Sui did get hacked. So apparently breaking. See this main LP provider Dex on Sui allegedly hacked. 11 million in Sui drained from Sui USD. So this is the big news, guys. Every time we start pumping, they do something. They like, yeah, it's pumping. We got to do something to throw it off. 11 million in Sui drained from Sui USDC pool with most tokens down 75% as pools are emptied. All right, let's see what's going on with Sui on crypto Twitter. And for the people that was asking me about the Tau ecosystem, the Bittensor is now back active, but the blocks are very slow. So it's kind of like if you were doing a transaction on Bitcoin, it's kind of slow right now. So if you don't know what happened with Tau, it had a network outage similar to what happened with Solana. But the community was way more positive than the Solana community. Since the issue was marked as a vulnerability in Bittensor's core tech stack with effects all the way up to the Substrate SDK. Bitensor uses Substrate SDK. So keeping it very transparent. Y'all know I'm like a huge investor to the Bittensor ecosystem. Not looking at this as FUD at all. I tried to sell a token, buy a token. It still works. It's just a little bit slower than usual because they had a block here, so I can actually show it up to you guys. On block 5611658, a runaway batch call has overloaded the chain. So I don't know if that's a bad thing, right? People are coming to Bittensor, and now that the chain got a little bit overloaded. So that's a good problem, right? And you can see here that we now have 110. We now have 110 subnets. So slowly but surely, this thing is going to get to 1,000 subnets. And what do you think the price of Bittensor will be when we get to 1,000 subnets, guys? Yeah, make it make sense. The price is constantly rising on Bittensor, Tau, right? And we just keep getting more and more subnets, which is going to bring more and more people. It's going to bring more and more liquidity, which is going to continue to make Tau's price go up. You guys had a chance to buy Tau at 175. 175, bro. 175. 2 months ago, right? 183. What was this? What day was this? Can't see the day on this joint. We should show it the day. Okay, there you go. What was that? 4-4? Where? 4-6. April 6th. Could have bought Tau for 183. Now Tau is at 471. So this is another token that's going to price a lot of people out because it has the same tokenomics as Bitcoin. And this is easily, if AI gets adopted and we're already seeing Web2 projects use AI technology with Intel, this is easily a 5-digit project, man. If everything goes well, right? If the sun shines perfectly, this is easily a 5-digit project. Not gonna say easily a 4-digit project, and maybe a 5-digit, right? We don't know how massive AI will become. But Bittensor here is pushing $500 now. It is pushing $500 now. All while our crypto sentiment is like it's going lower, right? Like Bitcoin is going up in the sentiment. Why is this happening, chat? No, let's have a real conversation. Let's have a real conversation. Why is this happening? Like what? I want to ask y'all this. And keep this shit fucking funky. Keep this shit fucking real. Like, what's wrong with crypto? Do we have is there a problem here? Like, if you were on the outside looking in and you never bought crypto in your life, right? Or you did buy crypto in your life, but you was trying to pitch to a normie, but you want to make sure you pointed out pros and cons, right? Like, how can we, like, what do we got to do, or for the sentiment to change? Or is the sentiment really not that bad and it's a liquidity problem? Is this more of a sentiment problem? Or is this more of a liquidity problem? Like, okay, we're just lacking liquidity. Once we get out the Fed, once we start fighting the Fed, maybe we have that real altcoin season. It's amazing that Bitcoin is hanging around all-time highs. And the sentiment is the interest is this low. That's kind of crazy. Because I have a conversation with you and it's like you're talking to an EV more version of So what's going on with crypto, y'all? Why y'all think we at all-time highs, but the sentiment is so low? Pro is Bitcoin will bail out the U.S. government and turn the U.S. government. So you saying Bitcoin Pro is Bitcoin will bail out the U.S. government, bail them out from debt. Turning the U.S. government will pump Bitcoin. Well, see, the thing is, crypto arena, I don't really think the problem is Bitcoin. Like, it's not Bitcoin. Like, Bitcoin is good. Like, Bitcoin is like you in the hood, right? You in the hood, and Bitcoin got his respect, right? The altcoins are like the little homies trying to gain respect in the hood. Like, Bitcoin already big dog. Like, look at this. Bitcoin is at 111,000, dog. Bitcoin is literally big dog. Big dog. Like, Bitcoin got respect. He got respect in the hood. Ain't no question in Bitcoin, right? Bitcoin is big dog. But these other altcoins, Oh no! I mean, will retail come back? Okay, retail. Let me ask y'all a question. Are y'all coming back? And are y'all buying fucking meme coins? What are y'all buying when y'all get back? Like when you do get the money. I know everybody broke right now. Everybody do get money, but when you get the money and you come back into crypto, what are you buying? You buying memes? You buying AI? You buying RWAs? Like what are you actually buying? Right? Like where do you feel most comfortable putting your money? So AI tokens demonstrate strong engagement driven by technological advancements and utility. Their virality stems from integration announcements and developer activity. Key driver, forecast of over 1 million autonomous AI agents on chain by the end of 2025. That's going to be crazy. That right there tell you that AI is really crazy. Vivo 3 just dropped where you can literally make a movie trailer and you can't even tell it's not a movie trailer. Like AI is getting ridiculously nasty. Meme coins of virality today. Meme coins exhibit explosive but short-lived virality patterns. Their spread is fueled by influencer promotion and community-driven hype. Key driver, high engagement rates on social media with the viral trends propelling tokens like Fartcoin into mainstream attention. And then you got RWAs, which is driven by the tokenization hype and the BlackRock hype and the Ondo hype. They're like retail. When y'all get back, when y'all get y'all bag back, y'all bags right, what y'all buying? Let me know. U.S. coins. Um, I don't know. I think I did drop a Patreon post on that. Let me see. See if I can actually pull it up here. This is my Patreon here. So yeah, I said the top crypto narratives: AI, RWA, memes, DeFi payment platforms, DPIN, AI slash AI robotics, physical AI robotics, US based cryptocurrencies or the ETF baskets. And then the outlier here would be gaming because some point next year Grand Theft Auto is going to drop. And if you have some type of conviction in gaming tokens, you're probably going to make a little bit of money. I'm not going to say gaming going to make you a millionaire, but if you put your money in the right gaming tokens right around like way before Grand Theft Auto drop, like right now I'm thinking, I haven't started yet, but I've been thinking about like loading up on some gaming tokens, anticipating Grand Theft Auto like really sending the gaming narrative. But I know if I buy gaming tokens right now, I might have to wait. But I'm cool with waiting. It's like staking. I'm cool with waiting because I really believe that if GTA integrates some sort of crypto into their game, or even Call of Duty or one of these big, big name games, the gaming narrative still has a chance because, like AI, it makes the most sense with crypto. When you think about tokenization and sovereignty over over your what's the word I'm looking for? Fucking in sovereignty over in-game assets, right? So if you got a skin and it's your skin, you should be able to transfer that skin over into another game, or you should be able to sell that skin if your brand or your name holds value, right? So that's why it makes sense with crypto, gaming and crypto. So yeah, I mean, you know, normies, retail. When we get back in and you get your bag right, no pressure. You get your bag right, no pressure. What are you buying? Still buying Shiba Inu and stuff. Let me know. I remember when the social sentiment was so high for Shiba Inu, bro. You don't even hear about nobody. You don't even. Shiba has been holding up pretty good. Don't get me wrong, but like the social sentiment is night and day to what it was, right? In its prime. I say in Shiba Inu's prime, right? It was like the sentiment on Shiba Inu in its prime was I never seen nothing like it. It was crazy. Shiba Inu had made it to the churches, bro. We had everybody in the church saying buy Shiba Inu. Like that was 2021. It was crazy when you think about it. Like the sentiment. Like if this was 2021 and Bitcoin was at 111,000, bruh, altcoins would be going ballistic right now. Ball fucking listic. What's different? Oh, ain't nobody get them stimmies, huh? Ain't nobody get them stimmies. Hey, ain't nobody get them stimmies. Ah. All right, let's get into some of these comments, man. I think they will print and invest in Bitcoin like the rest of us. Yeah, meme coins. Yeah, really good to see you on live. Hey, man, thank you, bro. I've been taking a break from like the camera, bro, and kind of like living life, man. I needed to get away from just Twitter and content creation and kind of go live life, bro. But I'll be back soon. Legit projects I like are Hyperliquid, Sonic, Sui, Zebec. How do you feel about what's going on with Sui right now? Is your conviction still strong? Filling my Toshi bag. Yeah, base has been going crazy, bro. Base has been a sleeper as of late. As ETH starts to heat up, the base ecosystem really is heating up, and base is starting to look good again. In fact, in the Discord, I'm starting to see my base meme coin shillers show back up. They're back shilling those meme coins. RSR, sleeper. Not a lot of people talk about RSI, but very fundamental, good project. And we got an OG Dogelon, man. Dogelon. I'm in buying DeFi, thinking the stablecoin bill might benefit. Yeah, DeFi payment, man. Like I said, Zebec is my DeFi payment token, but like I think DeFi is going to be huge. Jasmine, yeah, because DeFi brings liquidity. Jasmine, yeah, if you're into like big data and you want a project that has a proven team, a product already, the secure PC that generates revenue, and technology that's being embedded into some of the top entities like Panasonic and Toyota, Jasmine is a great bet. In fact, let's go check out Jasmine from the chart perspective. I can't do a live stream without showing y'all a Jasmine chart. That just wouldn't be the Jasmine guy. All right, let's see here. Okay, a little bit more overbought than I would want it on the weekly, right? I don't like that it's up here and we haven't broken the neckline, which is the 618 sitting at a 2 penny. If we're overbought, I want to see us have those confirmation candles above 2 pennies. So, what can save us right now? Ethereum. If Ethereum breaks out, Jasmine's going to break out. It just is what it is. If Ethereum breaks down, this is going to break down and go for the retest of the 786, which is about a penny and a half. So, you can see that the volume is just not coming in right now in Jasmine. But if ETH brings the party, the correlation of Jasmine and ETH is really strong. But if ETH brings the party, you can see some moves from Jasmine. I expect Jasmine to be just a little bit stronger though, because of the strong social sentiment. Surprise here is not getting as much bids as it usually does when you see the market euphoric like this. And I don't know if the market is euphoric because crypto Twitter is fucking quiet. Like ain't nobody even popping it on crypto Twitter like that when it about altcoins. It's mostly like Bitcoin hype, all-time high hype, and maybe like ETH is breaking out. But outside of that, it ain't really cracking like it usually be when Bitcoin is playing like this. When Bitcoin is playing like this, usually you see the market is hyped. Man, did the Trump coin really extract that much out of this cycle? Was it really that bad? Because our sentiment was bro. I'm trusting the process. I got no problem with Trump, right? And I don't even think it was the Trump token. I would argue it was the Millennia token, but that's neither here nor there. That's neither here nor there. We're not gonna talk about that. All right, we're not gonna talk about that. We're gonna keep it about the Trump token. But when they're like, how do y'all truly believe that altcoin rally would have been if Trump didn't drop a crypto? If Trump didn't get into, you know what I'm saying? Like if Millennia didn't drop. But yeah, man. And don't get me wrong, like altcoins are moving. You got Fartcoin got up 18%, SPX, like the memes doing well, right? Tau up 13%, Wilder Worlds, hype. You know, it's not like the alts are not showing a little bit of traction. But like the sentiment, like the views are still low. The marketing deals are not coming in like they usually would when the euphoria is here. Crypto Twitter sentiment is still in shambles. A lot of toxicity. So that's why the bears don't think that this is sustainable. But I think that is. I think that we will. I think that we should. I think our correction should be. All right, we're gonna look at Bitcoin, right? Normally, when Bitcoin hits this overbought level, we stay up here about 4 bars, which is 28 days, which will put us somewhere around the end of June, when we may get that stock RSI cross. And if we get that stock RSI cross, right, that's when you'll start to see that June or that early July correction here, right? Because the stock RSI is in overbought areas, but it hasn't gave us the cross yet. So if it hasn't gave us the cross, we know it can hang out here for 35 days, 14 days, 28 days, 28 days, right? It can hang out here. And this is why a lot of people are calling the correction to happen in about June, the end of June, or maybe the beginning of July. Thoughts, chat. Thoughts. We got 40 people in here. Yeah, man, appreciate you for sharing Kita. I actually did a hit article on Kita in my Patreon. And I did the pros, the cons. I really broke down like partnerships, team. I did a huge piece in my Patreon centered around Kita. I did one for White Rock. I did one for what's that physical robotics project on base? Forgot the name of it, but y'all know what I'm talking about. Now, salute to you, crypto introvert. Yeah, Kita's been nice, man. Kita's been nice. I think base has some sauce on it, bro. What do you think about Blue Zell? Blue Zell? I don't think I ever heard of that. Well, I'll check it out for you, man. I don't think I ever heard of Blue Zell, bro. I'm gonna be honest with you. I ain't never heard of Blue Zell. It sound like gazelle. It sound like a deer or something. Blue Zell. Blue Zell. Blue Zell. Blue Zell. How you spell it? Oh, no E. Blues L. Okay, I see. Blues L. BLZ. It's been around for 4 years. It's an ERC20 token. You can go to the weekly charts there. $20 million market cap, not bad. All right, let's see what this is. Young Blue Zell. On-chain infrastructure for decentralized science. Ah, okay, I'll follow them. Yeah, man, I already got a decentralized science token. I'm more into AXGT. All right, so I'm more into AXGT and Pythia. But I like the narrative. I like the chart doesn't look bad either, right? If you're into like this is the chart is actually pretty bullish, right? You're looking like you're about to get the 21-day EMA control above the VWAP. Stock RSI, a little bit overbought. We know it can hang out. RSI looking to break to the upside, and you're looking to get a bullish confirmation from the MACD. Blue Zell doesn't look that bad on the weekly, right? And if the decentralized if ETH blows, starts to blow off here, just go crazy, then a lot of these ERC20 tokens are going to go crazy. So yeah, not bad on Blue Zell. I don't know enough about it. My decentralized science token is Axon DAO. So it's $20 million market cap, right? Around the same area. But I like Axon DAO here, right? I like Axon DAO here. Nice accumulation here going on with Axon DAO. Very, very bullish team. They're doing things with AI, using AI and voice analytics to predict cancer and shit like that. Like, Really like what they're doing. Really like the team. They got a former SEC member on the team. And yeah, a lot of people, think big things are coming from Axon down. So that's kind of like my decentralized science. And if you're not a big ETH fan, I got one on Soul for you, which is Pythia here. And Pythia, beautiful chart here. Beautiful chart. Like, yeah, all of this shit is high risk. I want to make it clear. These are high risk plays, right? These are not listed on centralized exchanges. Like, these are really high risk plays. But Pythia, again, if you see some motion from Solana, this project has held anywhere from anywhere from 7 million to 15 million really well. Is begging for a breakout, but probably just waiting to see that liquidity and activity rise in Solana. But this is something that's a little bit oversold here in the 3-day chart. Looks strong. Massive accumulation. You can see that accumulation here, how it's able to kind of like hold that support. So those are like my decentralized science play, Pythia, AXGT. And if you like the narrative, I have nothing against Blue Cell. Just don't know enough about it. Let me see what we got here. We got Key exploded. Cookie, yeah, Cookie. I was just on Cookie's website. If you're talking about the same Cookie, they got it listed for Binance, but it's trying to come back. Right. Check out Colot by RWA from your phone. Colot. Let's check it out. Then I'm gonna go ahead and hit the Jimmy Jim after this. Oh yeah, I think I did look into this before. Nice moves, man. Bullish. Colot. Yeah, I seen a lot of people shilling this to me. It's not the first time I ran across this, but I'll start following them. Building internet capital. Oh, come on, man. That's why they pumping. They just added the internet capital markets narrative. Not bad. Internet.
And we have redefined from the ground up the math to finance both the reward asset and the liquidity pool. Once the bonding curve is achieved, the magic happens. After it, the asset is hyper liquid and you can enable instant RWA trading. This is possible.
All right, so yeah, I like this, right? This is similar to Zeus, right? Zeus is doing something similar. It's like, okay, anything that you see can literally be tokenized if it got some motion behind it. So you got, you want to tokenize a fucking Dubai skyscraper at the single one click of a button, you can buy or sell it after it's tokenized. Like this is the future of internet. Bruh, that narrative is so fucking crazy, so crazy. There was another little micro cap that's building something similar, but it's still early. I'm not even gonna show the chart. It's called Zeus. They're supposed to be building basically the hyper liquid of Solana. But I really like what I just seen from Colette, and that was a beautiful explanation on what they're working to accomplish. I see why this is pumping. I see why this is pumping. Right? They're basically bringing tokenization to their platform, and you'll be able to tokenize anything. Wine, you want to fucking you had a boxing match, and you went to go see a boxing. Let's say you went to go see a boxing event, or you went to go see a basketball game. Let's say you went to see a Knicks game, a Knicks playoff game, right? And you just happen to be hanging around, and one of the NBA players give you a signed shoe, right? Well, then you can go and tokenize that on collateralized platform, right? You could tokenize it, and then people can start bidding on it. This is the type of shit that's going to happen, right? You at a game, you get a signed jersey. Now you can tokenize that signed jersey, and people are going to start bidding on it. Like, it could be anything. It don't even got to be. It could be anything as a value, right? You want to fucking tokenize your Airbnb. You like, I got an Airbnb business, but I want to tokenize my Airbnb business. Like, you'll be able to just tokenize this shit at the click. They're already doing it on Launchcoin. Like, if you ever seen Launchcoin, like, you could literally like go to Launchcoin and say, hey, ticker drunk taxi or whatever, and in seconds it'll create. What is Moonpig? I've been seeing this go crazy too. Tank is another sleeper, right? They just got name dropped on Coinbase Ventures. Like, God, you gotta be locked the fuck in to know what's going on in this shit, bro. But Tokenization is happening, bro. Tokenization is the future. Tokenization is the future, man. Thanks, bro. What about Geodet? Geodnet? All right, let's see. Geodnet. GeoDNet token. On Polygon? I don't even like Polygon tokens, bro. I just gotta be honest, man. I kind of stay away from chains that don't really got no motion, bro. I'm gonna be honest with you, man. Like this is a mad. I don't know about this, bro. They got too much. They on Matic a lot. I don't know, man. Hey, I'm not gonna say it's not gonna do well, but if this was on Solana, I'd probably be a little bit more bullish on it. But I've seen a lot of Matic pairs. We'll follow them since they're doing some robotic shit. But yeah, man, I like to buy tokens on chains that got motion, bro. I don't want to buy no tokens on no chain without no motion. Just not something that I can put my money in. We're too late in the cycle to be like guessing what chain. Oh, this chain could catch. Nah, I need to be on the chain that I know has motion. I'm not even guessing no more. I ain't even guessing no more. I'm going straight to the chain with motion. And I'll buy my tokens there. Not saying that this is bad. Have nothing bad to say about this. Oh, this is the project right here that I did the research paper on Ayuki. Now I'm bullish on Ayuki. I'm bullish on Ayuki. But yeah, I don't think nothing wrong with GeoNet, right? I don't think it's just on Polygon, bro. I just can't do it. Yeah, I can't do it, man. I can't do it, bro. Polygon, I'll pass. Big pass. Big pass on Polygon. Big pass. Chart looks okay though, but yeah, it look like it's about to start a downtrend. I'm gonna be honest with you. If it breaks this neckline here, it might be over with. The fuck was that? Yeah. 618 is at 17. I don't know too much about this, so I'm not here to badmouth your bag, bro. But me personally, once I seen Polygon Matic, I was just when I said nah, I pass. All right, guys, I'm about to get up out of here. Let y'all go ahead and enjoy y'all day. Watch some other streamers, whatever. We had a wonderful stream today, man. Crypto was doing good. I'm back. I'll try to drop another video today. I'm about to go to the gym, man. We chopped it up. We know what's going on. We seen the pros, we seen the cons. Guys, Bitcoin is at an all-time high. What a time to be alive. Time to celebrate. You feel me? And hopefully we can get some motion from these altcoins. We should be getting some motion very shortly from these altcoins. If they don't throw another wrench in our game, I think some motion is coming from our altcoins, man. So get ready. Y'all should be excited because I really, really believe, we got some, a month or so of some good traction here upcoming from altcoins. I think the next month, headed into the end of June or the beginning of July, should be some nice good motion coming in with some of these cryptos. All right. I'm gonna let you guys. Appreciate everybody, man. Make sure that you like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, keep your favorite crypto and daughter or entrepreneur, touch grass, drink water, tell a family member you love them, and wake up every day with joy in your heart. Remember, you can be the star of the hour if you make every minute count, and the race is not given to the swift or the strong, but the one that can endure. It's your boy Crypto Millie. I'll see you the next one.